Hey guys, Dmonty here with another video on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. So in today's video, I'm going to specifically tell you guys how to get high CP or high CC, however you want to say. If you play JP, it's CP. If you play global, it's CC. Now, thank you so much for liking the videos, guys, and leaving your comments. This is probably the most requested video from me, so I decided to make it. It's going to be a little bit longer of a video, so if you guys like these types of things, make sure to smash that like button. But today in this video, I'm going to show you what I did to break 170,000 CC on my global account in pretty good time as well. So there's a few main key factors that I want to talk about in this video. Number one, gear. Okay. Number two, cosmetics. And number three, sub characters. Three most important things when it comes to raising your CC or CP. Okay. First thing we're going to hit, let's go talk about gear. Now, when it comes to my gear, and I'm going to show off my gear. I don't normally do this. I'm going to show off my gear for my team right now. Here's my current kind of farming team. Sometimes I replace Gallon with Gother, but right now I'm rocking 173,623 CP. Now, the reason why my CP is so high is the way I built my characters and the way I do things, which I'm going to explain in this video as well. Okay, so let's go talk about like a little bit of the substats and how I'm actually, let me put this point out first. I am not going to take in consideration crit damage and crit characters for this video. I understand crit damage and crit characters like Jericho and Slater. They need a different type of build. Green King needs a different type of build. I'm not talking about them. I can do a separate video on that, on how, like, my Green King literally hits Grey Demon for 500k. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. And I can go over and show you a video for that. But in today's video, I want to show you how I got this, okay? All right, so let's go take a look at probably my best geared character, just to hop right into this, okay? My best geared character is Deanne right here, and her combat class is sitting is 40,000. It's pretty high, I'm not gonna lie. Here's what her gear looks like. This is probably like the best, you know, set of equipment that I have. I always when building a character like this, I always go attack, defense, and HP. Now, looking at these substats, guys, these rolls are far from perfect. Like, I'm waiting for hammers. I got everything the correct roll. I'm waiting for hammers. Like, I'm gonna take this 1.6 up. I'm gonna take the 2.3 up. I'm gonna just go slowly. There's no reason for me to keep spending gems, spending anvils, rolling. What I would recommend to do if you guys are working on SSR gear, I've done a video which gear is better, R or SSR. I would recommend, when you start working on SSR gear, get all the stats where you want them, because they give you free anvils every week. Make sure to do your guild bosses so you get your free anvils. Get your stats where you want them and then increase them. If you're more pay to play, on the pay to play section, use gems. It's up to you. You can buy those anvil packs. I did a video on that if you guys are interested. I'll try to leave some cards at the end of the video so you can see that. But the gear doesn't have to be insane. Like this piece, well, I have a really high attack stat, but I farmed that out. I recommend you guys farming your pieces out before you invest in upgrading them, so you don't have to re-roll this stat as well. But that's just how I do things, guys. So attack, HP, defense. Attack, HP, defense. Always remember, and again, guys, this piece is even +5. I'm going to replace this one very soon, though. It's my last piece for her. I need to +5 it. But you can see the rolls here. I usually try to go for 14% on my R gear, and then just as high as I possibly can go on my SSR pieces. And with that, I was able to, you know, get these types of numbers. Now, let me show you a little bit less geared character, but who still, remember, 40,283. I could actually go higher on her. Let me show you Hauser here. Now, Hauser is a monster, okay? Combat class, actually, before we get into that, combat class, 40,449. It's actually higher than Deanne, believe it or not. If you look at his equipment is less than Deanne's. What's going on, right? So, looking at it, I think the bracer on the, yeah, even the bracer doesn't need, look at the bracer's poo-poo. I have one perfect attack stat, but that's really low. I actually probably should up that, but I'm waiting for hammers. I'm trying to, you know, I don't have unlimited funds. Nobody has unlimited funds. I'm not going to keep investing in re-rolling that. But I had these crazy stats because I re-rolled the stats correctly. And remember, HP, defense, and then attack on all. The top two sides, always attack. The middle sides, the neck piece and the ring are always defense, and the bottom right and the bottom left, the bracer and the amulet, we call it, is always HP, okay? Always work, if you're going to start upgrading, like say you have all R gear right now as well, and you're going to start upgrading SSR pieces, make sure to always work on the left side first, as they have higher stats. You can see here, we have 12,365 HP on this this belt, which is actually a pretty good roll is here as well. While over here, we only have 2,864. So that's another mistake that I see a lot of newer players make. They're like, oh, I got an awesome ring. Okay, bro, but your bracer is still 1 star. Like, take a look at the ring over here. We got 289 attack. Look at the bracer. We got 1,233. Work on your left side and then move to the right side, okay? Left side always takes priority over the right. Okay. Anything else I want to talk about? Gear. I've talked about re-rolling stats quite a bit. Always start with R gear, and if you can't, I guess you can do uncommon gear. Most important piece is probably, I would say the 2 most important pieces is the bracer and the belt, because that gives you all your HP and your attack stat. Now let me show one of my, look at Ascanor over here sitting at almost 13,000 attack stat. Let me show what his equipment looks like. It's nothing too crazy. He has less CP than Hauser, believe it or not. But right here, here is his. This is actually a pretty good bracer. I'm really excited for this one. I will use a hammer on that and see if I can get the 2.8% is what I'm shooting at. Everything else is at 2.9. Really, really good bracer. This is what I use most of those anvils on. But you can see his equipment's not anything crazy. Basically, left side SSR and the right side R. It's not that hard to do. They give you they give you 1 5-star crystal every single day just by running your raid boss. It takes 15 to max out a piece, so you can do 2 pieces a month for free. And plus, not to mention all the dismantling you're doing and all the raids you're doing, drop some as well. So it's really not that hard to get a 5-star SSR piece. The hardest thing is the gold required, which I've done gold videos. I probably should do an updated one now that I'm a little bit more stacked here. And let's see, last thing I want to talk about for overall CP as far as equipment, I will say that HP gives you more CP than anything else. So for my characters, like I said, I run 2 HP and defense gears, and I run 2 attack and defense gears. Usually the HP gear goes to, like when I'm doing raids and stuff, will go to like Gother and Guild Thunder, while the attack pieces will go to Demon Mel or Green King or whoever else, Green Merlin, whoever else I want to do damage. Give some survivability to your support and some attack to your firepower, if that makes sense. You can see Deanne sitting at 130,000 HP with, that's actually, she has pretty awesome gear though. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is going to be the cosmetic portion of the game. Now, a lot of people don't understand this portion, but it's freaking huge. You have to do this, okay? So first thing, let's talk about, let me just pop into somebody's cosmetics, because I have a lot of outfits over here for Hauser. So let's go pop into that. Now, this is it's pay to play and free to play at the same time, depending on the character. There's a lot of outfits that go in the shop that actually cost real life money, or gems. They give you gems in the game. I know you want to use them on multis, but a lot of times it's worth it to buy an outfit, man. Especially if you got the unit you want to up the CP. This is how you do it, okay? So the closet. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, and I can't express this enough. Each unit can equip 5 outfits, 5 weapons, and 5 headpieces at the same time, and these stats stack. It's not one piece per, like, oh, this is his outfit, this is the stats he's getting. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You literally, if you get a new headpiece, those stats are, you now possess those stats on top of what you currently had, up to 5 pieces. So looking at it right now, you can see this little symbol, this little green symbol right here. That's what I currently have equipped. So all 5 of these body pieces are increasing my defense by 720. Now, that's an insane amount. 720 is a lot of defense, and it's super important to get cosmetics in this game, at least for your main roster, okay? Okay, so now that we cleared that up, let's talk about the other most important thing is headpieces, which I see there's one I should still buy from the shop. He only has 4 headpieces. But the headpieces is another way to get really high CP. Headpieces just give you a big chunk. You can see the 5, like how much HP he's getting. He's getting 4,200 HP from just headpieces alone. Now, if you think about that, that is more than, well, not the bonuses, but that is more than, look at his equipment. Let's take a look really quick. right here. That's more than what this piece right here is providing. That's not more than the belt, but it's more than the amulet it's actually providing. And then you take in consideration that 14% I'm getting from the amulet and the 12% I'm getting from his bracelet. It all stacks. So that's why outfits are so important, and the outfits is really what's gonna bump your CP up. If you're just looking for a cheaper alternative, make sure to probably go for HP and then weapon. Defense gives a lot of stats too, but HP does amazing work. Okay, now there is a couple other things I needed to mention. The pop-up shop, you'll see that I don't know who sells the pop-up shop that comes up. I don't know the chick's name, but make sure to buy everything in there that's for gold, because that increases your box CP as well, and you'll never know when you'll need those weapons. A lot of good weapons pop up. Like I think one of Hauser's weapons is from the shop. I got Jericho's weapons from the shop, and it's gold, guys. Free weapons, free cosmetics. Definitely purchase that, okay? Now, the next thing I need to talk about for cosmetics is affinity. So this affinity thing, every single character has affinity, every single one, and every single character's affinity at the end reward gives you a piece of equipment. Now this could be weapon, outfit, or headpiece, guys. And for your main team, you want to make sure, like, so for example, if I run Hauser, there's 3 different Hausers, okay? There's 3 different Hausers. Now, if you go max out every Hauser's affinity, you're going to get 3 different outfits for all 3 of those characters. And let me see, where's my other Hauser? Oh, there's still SR. And if you do this, your main Hauser that you're using, I'm just talking from my main point here, your main Hauser that you're using is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger because they're giving out free headpieces, guys. That's how his HP is so high, and that's how my CP is so high. All right, I didn't buy these. I just went out and basically grinded out the food that they need, which you can click on the food, like it tells you. You can click on it. What do I need? I need meat. I need, I think that's sugar or salt and whatever, that coconuts or something. You click on that and you say location. Oh, that's where I farm it. Go do it on normal, walk away for an hour, and you have all the affinity you need. That's how I do. That's how I got to this point, okay? Now, there's one more point of cosmetics that I need to make sure to cover here because this is super important, and this is something I'm working on myself, and it's not easy to do. It is super important to UR your entire box as much as possible. Now, for example, there's lots of examples I can give you here. Look at Hauser. Every time I UR a Hauser or I upgrade a Hauser, those outfits go to all Hausers, guys. It's so cool how they developed the system. So say if I actually evolve, you see if I take him to UR right here, I'm going to get a new outfit, a UR outfit, which is going to give more defense than my SSR outfits to all Hauser characters. That is why it is so important to UR your characters, especially if you have multiple, like Gil Thunder. Gil Thunder's all, I actually use Gil Thunder, but he's not one that I've worked on yet. It's a potential CP that I'm actually missing out on. So you can see, like, I use Gil Thunder up here. If I were to UR both of these Gil Thunders and get their affinity up, I need to do this. That's headpieces I'm missing, and then on top of that, evolving them gives me UR outfits for my Gil Thunder as well. It's free stats, guys, free stats. So I think I covered everything I wanted to in cosmetics. Let's move on to the next big portion of this video. And guys, just a little reminder for you, please smash that like button, because I'm trying to go everything in detail here, how I did this, so you guys can do it too, okay? Help a brother out. All right, so the next thing here, this is probably the next biggest part of CP, is going to be the sub-characters. Now, I think the best way to demonstrate this is probably just, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here to set team, and let's go grab, I should have some empty teams. Yeah, here we go. Let's grab this right here. Okay, so let's do Blue King. Blue King, everybody has Blue King. If you beat the story, you have Blue King. Now, as you know, Blue King's linking buddy is Deanne, right? So I have quite a few Deannes. I have a 50 Deanne, I have a 75 Deanne, I have another 60 Deanne over here. Let's see what the stats are with this 75 Deanne. So they go up a little bit. Let's see what it comes out to. 6,661. Now, what people don't realize is not always that linking buddy is the better choice right there, okay? Now, if I were to actually go grab the SR DM, who, you know, it's a lot easier to pull an SR. So my SR DM is SA6. It'll give me a bigger buff, guys, a bigger buff than this SA175 DN. The super attack of your sub-character needs to be 6 if possible. There are some exceptions with like what stats, you know, the fate combo give you and stuff like that. But for the general rule, my sub characters, I try to use SA6, okay? So let's go take a look at that. So we have 6,611 attack. Let's go, for example, let's go grab this Deanne and put the same gear on. So obviously the stats going to drop, but let's go grab Deanne's gear and just swap it out really quick and see what that jumps up to, okay? So this is a super attack 6 ultimate move, and I think at super attack 6 they give 10% of the total stats to the main character. So let's go over here. I'm going to equipment exchange, and we're going to grab that right there. Boom. Okay, so now they have the same gear on, and look, my attack is actually higher with a level 60 Deanne that is an SR, SA6, than a level 75 Deanne that is an SA1. Does that make sense? Now, if I were to get the SR Deanne to 75 6-star, she'd be freaking rocking. Now, there's a lot of things, you know, there's a lot of different rules here. For example, if I got that blue Deanne to 75, she is 75. If I bought her coins and actually SA6'd her, she would be the better option. But, you know, if you're free to play and, you know, you don't have all those coins, then use your SRs, guys. SR, raise those super attacks. I can't express how important it is to raise the super attacks of your SR units. It's going to give you so much more CP, okay? All right. So let me put the gear back on Deanne, and let's talk about the last thing I want to hit here is of sub characters. Let's do this. Exchange. Boop. Okay, so let's put it back on. The last thing that we need to talk about is your sub character's gear. Look at that. The attack went... Oh, it's because we're still using the old one. But the attack is still way down. All the stats are still way down. You do have to look at these bonuses and what it provides as well. It does give a little bit... Actually, hold on. This is 290 defense. Oh, hero's already... Okay, well, let's just grab Helbram. I want to see what that bonus is. So if we look at this... So it's 340 defense for the SRDN. Over here, it's 340. It's the same defense buff. It's crazy. But you can see right here, it increases basic stats by 1% per ultimate move level. That might be up to 6%. I'm not sure how the percentages work on that. I know SA6 does more, and I just proved it to you, okay? All right. So let's go take a look really quick at sub characters gear, because this is also a super important aspect of the game. Now, Deanne over here, I run HP, right? So the sub character, basically, this is where I'm at. I don't have SSR gear on my sub characters. I do have all R gear, not even maxed out. This is basically what my sub character gear looks like, and I need to raise this. I didn't even notice this. I probably switch it to this one. This is one that they gave me for free. But you can see here, this is what I'm running for sub characters. His attack could go so much higher. There's so much room here for improvement. I would say last stage of, like, once you get full SSR gear for your main team, then you can start working on SSR gear for your sub characters. But your sub characters should at least be in R gear. I would say, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. You can see all my sub characters. I'll show them all really quick what they're looking like. I only have one set of HP gear. My Gil Thunder is not wearing HP gear, but Hauser over here is a sub character. Now my Hauser is also SA6, that's why I'm using him as a sub character for Gallon, which is probably not even the best choice, but because he's SA6, all those stats are going in pretty nicely, right? But you can see his equipment is only, it's that. It's very, very basic. Very, very basic. Each one of these pieces costs about $1 million to make. It's nothing too crazy. Like, you can grind this out. That's actually a pretty good bracer. 14%, 13%, 12%, 13%. I didn't even go for perfect stats on these. I just got them in R gear. They will be replaced eventually with SSR gear, but I'm just not at that point yet, and I doubt you guys are too, unless you grind even harder than I do, which more hats off to you, man. Alright guys, I think I covered pretty much everything I wanted to in this video in order to get the maximum CP, you know, break 170,000 like I did. If you guys have any questions or anything that I missed, I am a pay-to-play player, so obviously I have some advantages than the free-to-play player, but I think I hit a lot of key topics and key points here, how to get you guys' CP up, okay? Let me know in the comments if I missed anything or anything that you guys want to add. We can definitely have a conversation about it. I love you so much, and make sure to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you next video. Laters.